we got a Protoss, guys. 4,900. Let's go. All right, guys. So here's me walkthrough for how to beat Protoss players. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. What we're gonna do? I definitely had a plan of what I was gonna say before I opened my mouth. We're gonna build units that kill the Protoss. Haha! No, I'm going to play a Hydra Bane. So we're going to use Banelings in case they go Glaive Adepts, because ling-bane's like very mobile, so you kind of just jump on top of Glaive Adepts. You're not at like at a mobility disadvantage. Can be a little nasty versus a dedicated like Zealot Archon timing that your opponent hits really well. But we are playing NA ladder, so hopefully our opponents don't hit good timings. My Protoss versus Zerg timings are super loose. Hopefully my opponent fits in that same category. And it's not like you automatically lose. There's upsides and downsides to every build in StarCraft. Just means you need to be a bit more aware of if you get in those waters, how to get out of them. I think this drone started a bit late, so we're going to trade him with this guy. This guy can build a spawning pool. Opponent just came in with what appears to be a gate scout. Single drone. Single drone surround. Yeah, you can leave, dude. So you can see, we just wanted to make sure he couldn't really harass me there. I don't even know if he's going to bother microing for the harassment, but figured it's probably a good idea. Oh, he's definitely going to do it now, isn't he? Isn't he? Look at this little triad. Look at the little triad. That's alright. I've never thought about making building and cancelling it. You'd allowed it. Yeah, people used to do this for style points, but we all thought it was inefficient. And then recently, people actually realized it's good. We're like, really? This whole time we thought it was just for style points? Oh my god. It was actually good all along. Well, only if you do it in a particular way. But the standard opening, you use it to get up to 15 workers really quickly at the start. All right, so early on, what we're going to do, right? He's going to chrono that, is he? Oh, you cheeky bugger. All right. So you're going to go this way. These two guys are just going to go south. Oh. Double inject. I'm sending this guy out a bit late. Dude, is this guy just going through the middle of the map? Sorry, guys. I don't know the pathing on this map, so these guys were meant to go around the edge. But I think the plus side is he saw that I was trying to do that, so he's probably gone to the edge, and I'm just like running straight through the middle like a dum-dum. Which is kind of fantastic. Or he's just going to rock up to my base, because he's a dum-dum. Interesting. Stargate, hey? Gonna make an Oracle or a Void Ray? You can see the outline on which unit's building by checking the thing. Oh. Whee! All right, we're wasting time, which is really good. We can change the rally to the main. This guy's just chilling. And we can kind of go over and try to cancel any third if he's going for it. Or maybe surround some adepts or something like that. Could be nice. Okay, so check it. 3 guys on gas. I'm going to go slightly above saturation. 17. Kind of nice. Kill the probe and run. Or actually, I mean, oh, it's a good surround. I couldn't resist. I was like, maybe I've got like 2 more seconds before the Oracle arrives. It costs me a bunch of Zerglings. It is what it is. Now we're going to build some more queens now. You can see we've already droned up mostly our 2 bases, but not fully. I am going to rally to my 3rd, even though I know it's a bit greedy this early.
Our drones are under attack. Our drones are under attack.
Okay. So I split my lings up there. Don't know if you guys caught it. We're going to build 1 more queen. Keeping him at home is pretty nice.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Okay, we didn't kill him. I guess he had another Oracle with energy. But, I mean, I needed to macro, so it's like, you can't watch everything, you know?
A creep tumor is under attack.
I mean, his micro is really bad, so this is fantastic. He knows he's too far behind there. Now, obviously, I'm a bit behind on some of my stuff, because this guy... This was a game, you don't see this sort of ZvP too much, but basically, and we're just doing the next part of the build here. You guys should always stay in it, especially if you're having to deprioritize the basic tasks of your macro. It's really important to go catch up on that shit. Like, you should have an overwhelming urge to go, I'm really behind on my macro, man. I've been so busy having to look at this, then this, then this. I need to do the next steps of my build order. And if you don't have that urge, it means you don't really know your build order, or you're not obsessive enough about it. So, trust me, this is gonna help you become a much better StarCraft player, obsessing over this sort of stuff. So we basically would saturate those fourth base. Now, if you've killed the oracles, you don't need to build a spore there, or you can do this: move the spore from the natural. Why? Who the hell's gonna fly an oracle into my natural? That's like the most central base. If there's an oracle that gets in there, he deserves to get a couple drone kills. Well done. You know, we got to reward him for his efforts. But yeah, basically I would try to be building a few more Zergons for map control. I've got 66 drones. If we don't see any gases on his third, we'd probably just make units from here. We'd start making Hydras, Banes. We're going range upgrades. Not a big fan of melee upgrades. I think Hydra's damage upgrades are the most important. But if you want to go early upgrades, you can squeeze in a quick melee, as it's very good against Blink Stalkers if it's ready by about 6.5 minutes. If they have taken gases on their third, or you feel way ahead, you can just go straight here to droning your fourth. So we could just hold down the drone key and go here from 66 all the way up to like 80 drones, right? Keep in mind, at 8.5 minutes, half of your main base is going to mine out. So you're going to want to transfer 8 of these workers, one full line, over to this base at that time as well. Fifth base is more of a macro patch than anything. And notice, we queued up injects there, and we're going to queue them on the fifth base as well. Okay? Once you got a bunch of Hydra Bane, and once you have both Hydra upgrades and Bane speed and +1, usually the strong point where you can start thinking about attacking them with Hydra Bane. And obviously we can put lings around the map, we put overlords kind of on these edges to make sure we see warp prisms coming at a time, and that is your basic Hydra Bane style. The reason we won this game so easily is basically every time I committed to something aggressive, my opponent didn't respond by defending, but by attacking themselves. Basically, that works if you outplay me, and it can snowball very quickly one way or the other, and instead I outplayed them. Because these lings did a crazy amount of damage. These guys killed 2 probes, 3 probes, massive amounts of mining time, massive distraction. I think I might have killed... Yeah, and pulled his adepts home. He's chronoed 3 adepts out really early, hasn't been able to put on pressure with them properly. I then get another probe. We force the Oracle to be used defensively, which means it's hard for him to even use the Oracle to do anything offensive. And even here, right, the Adepts come in. I was building extra Zerglings, so I sent them to the Shade. The Oracle goes down to the Queens. He's killed barely any drones. And you can see the units lost tab is just so good for me. His second Oracle has to use its energy at home. The opponent is simply miles behind in this game. And I'm going to go up to 50 drones now. But he's still on 39 probes. That is a massive lead. Another few Adepts taking damage here. They're going to just stumble in and get killed by my Queen. And we're just too far ahead at this point. I think if he slowed down the game a bit, knuckled down on the defense, he might have been okay. But engaging the Chaos got him in huge trouble. Okay. Alright guys, we're playing ZvP again here. This time against Frustration. Frustration loves Colossus, loves Dark Templar, loves Blink Stalker aggression. He's kind of still using the same tools that he used in Heart of the Swarm, which I admire. I admire. He still plays the game in an old school way, but it's pretty aggressive, pretty strong, and most importantly, he gets to play on the server. It's quite nice to play on. Australia. He's in Western Australia. Let's fix this up. I did not check if he was blocking me. If he did, that would have been annoying. Not many players block these days, so I guess we're all good. I haven't seen him cannon rush before, so I'm not too worried about that. Cannon rushing does take a bit of practice to be good at it. Yeah, it looks like a gate scout. Pretty typical stuff. So we're going to play Hydra Bane, pretty standard style. Obviously, I need to be ready to pivot off of it or to bust him when he's only got like one Colossus out. He managed to bounce my worker for 1 second. He's like, GG! I love it. Okay. Oh, we are letting that probe escape, which is unfortunate. Third queen.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Putting a few more of these. I think it's a Void Ray. Find out in a moment. Nope, Oracle. Okay. These first inject should always rally onto the gas. Alright. Let's try. Oh, Jesus.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Bane Nest is a bit late. Come on. Do it, do it, do it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's do this. Oh, no, 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 no. Nice. No, there's no way you're getting in, mate.
is under attack. Is under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Mineral field depleted.
Okay.
Metamorphosis complete.
So do we think it's a Colossus follow-up or probably Storm? I think it's probably Storm. What? Did he kill my Spore? I guess he did. For a second I was like, didn't I move the Spore from my natural? And now I'm like, oh yeah, I did, but... We'll see.
Mutation complete.
She's doing great, dude. Thanks.
Our forces metamorphosis complete. Mineral field depleted.
Dude, if he has a mothership, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, mass stalker. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's like a lot of stalkers.
Drones are under attack. Our forces mineral field. The Hydra cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Drones are under attack. Our mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Got two cannons there.
Our forces are under attack.
Got him. Left half of our army up there, so when he moved to respond, we'd naturally surround him. Very nice. We got it. Whoo! You guys can tell I'm out of practice right now. I don't have a lot of muscle memory, but wins are wins. And like I said, if you're building roaches, it's hard to defend Glaive Adepts and Zealots. And so many people are spamming Glaive Adepts and Zealots, and the bases are quite spread out on this map pool, which is why Banelings in the standard range of games just feel a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer to do. I think this early game was fine, right? We didn't lose too much. You might look at the units lost and think that's really bad, but I think this is pretty fine. You know, I probably didn't do that much damage, but I didn't lose many drones. It was mostly Zerglings. just a couple drones here or there. He kind of overcommits in there, loses an Oracle, which is bad for him. Now, it is a 4-gate Zealot pressure, right? 10 Zealots come in, which is pretty strong. 4-gate, 5-gate even, actually. 5-gate, 6-gate. Wow. But it's only 10 Zealots, and then maybe a few more rallying in behind. And even though we see it pretty late, which is very bad, we try to kind of wall off with queens. Unfortunately, one of them was a bit exposed, which is why I pulled back. But I only end up losing, I think, 1 queen. I try not to waste too many banelings there. Like, once you get the big detonate in the middle, you don't want to blow them up on single Zergling Zealots. And then we're kind of back into a perfectly fine position. We're still on 65 drones. Our 4th base is in the middle, which survived. This is weak to Blink Stalker pressure, this base. But it's a bit easier to defend from, like, Oracles and Adepts sniping it because it's a bit closer by ground. So I think this can get cancelled easier by Oracles, a bit easier to defend from Blink Stalkers maybe, but probably easier to get creep out here as well. So that's going to be pretty good. I definitely built quite a few units here. Like, I went like 9 Hydras without really droning too hard. I ended up building, I think, 6 or 7 more drones. How many did I build? Oh, was it only 3? No, yeah, 7. 7 more drones in total. So I got up to about 79 workers. And basically go full Hydra Bane, which is generally a pretty good way to play. I figured a Colossus transition off a Zealot opening would be pretty rare. That's the main unit I'm worried about because they're so good at just shooting and pulling back and stutter stepping. And they've got such a good range advantage. So I stumble in and throw a few units away, and I'm kind of like shocked at how many Stalkers he has. But I also figure since I'm rallying nothing but Zerglings, he's going to struggle to clear all those Zerglings. The important thing is you don't want to just chase their army down a choke point in one direction where you're going to struggle really hard. So I quickly realized, okay, let's just send a few Hydras in there and start killing workers. And that's going to force him to come to me. So I can fight in a big arc, and then I can occasionally pull back, set up a big arc of units, and do pretty nicely. Because we killed the Cybercore, he can't make Stalkers anymore, remember, as well. I did end up shoving my whole army in there. I think I kill every probe, a good amount of Stalkers, and I end up focusing the Nexus at the tail end. I think this is super worthwhile. I didn't really drone up much behind it. I'm at 70 drones. Obviously, we lost a bunch to the Zealots. We're down to just 1 queen. Big priority is rebuild your Hydras here. Remember, I don't have any melee upgrades, so my Zerglings do kind of get wrecked. And we just wanted to keep up the tempo. Don't give him time to recover. Remember, Protoss, even on a low economy, can make good combat units out of gas, which Zerg can't. They can make Archons, right? Archons, super tanky, splash damage, generically well-rounded unit. It's not the best unit in the game, but for a unit that costs almost no minerals, it's really amazing because normally your economy gets messed up. You end up floating gas like I am in this game because I've lost quite a few drones. You just can't build a generic fighting unit with it. But in low economy situations, Protoss can make Storm and Archons, which are pretty damn decent units. But yeah, we split the army for the finish there. We got ourselves a nice solid finish. As the most generic kind of 3-base up to 4-base standard opening, I think this is my favorite way to play right now. It feels pretty good. I think the important things that help make the early game a bit easier is always send 2 Zerglings around the edge of the map and try to run into their base. I also, depending on what I see from my opponent or how much I know them, I sometimes will fly the Overlord in. Normally the Overlord stays here, so if a Stalker comes out, you can hide on the pillar and then try to run away. If the Stalker's here, you can run on the other side. If I'm not worried about Stalkers at all, I sometimes skirt the edge as well. So if the Stalker goes to the low ground, or if I'm not as worried about it, sorry, the Stalker comes out, I run to the high ground, then the Stalker has to run all the way back around, and by then your Overlord might be on the low ground again. So you can sometimes survive by going along that edge, and usually while they're busy hunting your Overlord down, Zerglings can run in at the same time. We just want to, of course, check if it's Stargate or Twilight, as that's really important early scouting info. And in general, you always want to have some Zerglings for map control and defense. What number? It increases as the game goes on. At the start, we just build 4, 2 for defending, 1 for and 2 for running by. Then once there's 2 Adepts on the map, we want to have at least 8, preferably 10 to 12. And it's okay to go up to 14 or 16. It's just the more you build, the more you kind of want to pick off some probes or surround some Adepts or something like that. And whenever you lose those Zerglings, make sure you rebuild them because these are kind of what you scout with. And I saw a bunch of Adepts, a Stalker, 2 Oracles. Didn't tell me too much about what was going on. There was no big tells there. It just looked kind of relatively generic, but they were building a good number of gateway units was the only thing I knew for sure. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. You could go Evo earlier. For me, like I said, I'm not rushing upgrades or anything. We are going for a relatively quick lair. You don't want to start this too much after 4:30 at the latest for this. And so lair and Baneling Nest, kind of similar timing for those two. If you can get the lair earlier, that's great. Baneling Nest is, of course, a safety precaution. The later you leave it, the better it is for your economy. The worse it is if a bunch of Glaive Adepts or Zealots arrive at your base without you knowing about it. And always when the lair's done, immediate Hydra Den. I go for the movement speed upgrade. I think it's the more well-rounded upgrade. Even though Groove Spines can be very nice, the range upgrade, I think the movement allows you to be aggressive, to jump on units, chase them down a little bit, and to quickly move around your bases to defend. So I think that's a nice way of doing it. Hope this helps you out, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And massive thanks for the 1,000 subs on Pig Plays.